Food and Fuels radio show. Hello. Good morning, Wisdomers. I hope everyone is well today. I just got up. I just did my morning breath work, just having my morning coffee today. Looks like it's going to be sunny outside where I can get my washing done for once, and that's what I need to do, is get my washing done as soon as possible, because it's very important to get that done ASAP, as soon as possible. Lots been happening in my life, and yeah, just keep on working hard. We've had a lot of, you know, what can I say, floods this year that, it's been a very challenging year for the Australian people as well, because, you know, I think for myself, and what I believe in, what the Australian people need is basically we need honesty in our, government system as well. We need to feel that, people need to be told the truth in life at the same time. I've seen it all when you deal with government departments, the National Disability Insurance Scheme, NDIS. I don't know why Housing Commission Department, facts and all that. It's always a shit fight with them. And I think, to me, that we don't have honesty in our world government anymore. Uh, you know, that it's not good. Really is not good. Uh, you know, I think, to me, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy. It's a crazy world out there. You know, and I feel that since the Labor government has basically came involved in Australian politics, you know, it seems to me that since the last time in the 2008 global financial crisis, when Kevin Rudd was our Prime Minister of Australia, it was the same problem with inflation. I mean, half the time Kevin Rudd was all the time in China all the time, you know. And to me, that's we just need proper leaders in life, you know that. And I feel that wherever we go in life, whatever we do, I mean, it's up to us to just, I guess, live the best year ever and the best happy life ever is what I can say. You know, I'm to the point where I come up with my own decisions on what I believe in and what I do at the same time. You know, I mean, it's all about when you hear about Vladimir Putin in the news wanting to conquer all of Europe. I mean, I've said this before on the show. War is all about business. You got the Australian Prime Minister going to meet with Rishi Sunak as well, traveling overseas. See, and then we got Peter Dutton, who will be the opposition leader to run for Prime Minister. I mean, we need a change in our Liberal Party. So much floods have happened this year. Dominic Perrottet, the New South Wales state government, is, he's a very busy premier. But a lot of controversies come out with Daniel Andrews, the investigation into the 2020 lockdowns and the pandemic, and Daniel Andrews, for one, using his power to people, you know, and that's you can't do that stuff. You just can't do that. Abuse your power, abuse your, you know, to lock people up in their homes. And now we've got problems with this coronavirus, this new variant XBB, BA2, blah, 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 coming around. This is like the grandchildren of Omicron that's spreading. Apparently, we just don't have the herd immunity power to it. But I don't know if someone said to me it gets worse before it gets better, possibly. You know, but I just want to, live my life to the best of my abilities at the end of the day. And I say that in a positive thing, in a positive way as well, you know. And I think to me it's It's all about, well, finding, well, what it is that we do want at the end of the day. What it is that we do want, you know. And I think it's just about never giving up. Like I said before, I never trust the government and I never trust the bank to, to basically, tell me how to run my life, tell me what to do with my life as well. I want to know if anyone, you know, can relate to, you know, I, as you know, I am passionate about my politics as well since I've gotten older, 29 years old, as a content creator as well. I never ever thought that I would be interested in politics. But now I am, and as I get older, things do change, interests do change. But we just got to wait and see. All right, the weather right now is 15.2 degrees Celsius. It feels like 10.3 degrees Celsius right now. Minimum 8 degrees Celsius, the top of 20 degrees Celsius, at 0 to 1 millimeter rain, shower to current weather, southwest, 19 kilometers an hour wind, 19 kilometers an hour gust, 47% humidity, 0 millimeter rain since 9 a.m. yesterday. Rain, 75% high chance of no rain, 50% medium chance of no rain, 25% low chance of at least 1 millimeter rain. Sydney, Australia today, mostly sunny, morning, medium, 60% chance of showers, most likely during this afternoon and early evening. The chance of a thunderstorm during this afternoon and evening. Winds southwesterly 15 to 25 kilometers an hour, tending southerly 20 to 30 kilometers an hour in the early afternoon, then becoming light in the late evening. Sun, moon, and UV index today. Sunrise today was 5:46 a.m. Sunset 7:39 p.m. Sunset. Last quarter moon phase. New moon 24th November is the next moon phase. 9 very high max UV index. 8:50 a.m. 4:20 p.m. Sun protection recommended. Tomorrow, sunny, partly cloudy, low of 7 degrees, top of 21 degrees Celsius. Friday, sunny, partly cloudy, a low of 8 degrees Celsius, top of 23 degrees Celsius. Saturday, low of 10 degrees, top of 27 degrees Celsius. Sunday, sunny, partly cloudy, low of 15 degrees, top of 28 degrees. Monday, sunny, partly cloudy, a low of 13 degrees, top of 25 degrees Celsius. Tuesday, sunny, partly cloudy, a low of 11 degrees, and a top of 23 degrees Celsius. You know, I guess when you live life and you have passion for as much things that you can. Ha la la, hey. Ha la la, hey. Okay. Your passion, integrity, pride, prosperity, will, and abundance for success. You know that. And yeah, I'm to the point in life where you can just know that it's just got to be about, no matter how much meetings going on with politicians because of potential war in the future. Right now, Russian missiles have targeted Poland, and this goes to show the invasion of what Vladimir Putin is doing to try and take the whole of Europe. They've hit a small Polish village near the border with Ukraine. You know, and yeah, these people like Vladimir Putin, John Howard, you know, they have a thing called inferior complex where they want to be remembered for something. And Harry Truman too, with dropping the atom bomb on Hiroshima. These politicians, these men in power, have, like I said, this problem inferior complex. John Howard, when he disarmed the Australian population of their firearms after the Port Arthur massacre, they feel that they're usually about what 5'2" in height, and they have their advisors, of course. But the thing is, it's inferior complex that drives them. They want to be remembered for something big in the history books to put their name down. And you're going to find that a lot in the world, where a lot of world leaders, yeah, especially people like Daniel Andrews, just oh god, being a dictator. When you find out what this was going on in Melbourne, I mean, I'm in Sydney, but to do that to your own people, to shoot rubber bullets on your own people for a peaceful protest during the lockdown is just anarchy. I never thought in my 29 years of my Australian life that Melbourne, Australia, or Australia would become a police state in secrecy. You know that. Now, like I've said this before, I am hoping that a royal commission is being called into the pandemic from you know and how the Australian government did basically handle it as well, because it just goes to show that you know greed, power, money hungry is the cause of this stuff. And as soon as people just start speaking up the truth about the lockdown and what the lockdowns do to mental health, because they're bad for mental health, people need to get out. Now, the chief health officers are warning, yes, this new variant of COVID-19 XBB, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, I'm just fed up with this fucking thing. I'm over it going around. You know, at the end of the day, all I can do is just be happy with what I've got. You know, I feel that the achievements I have made in my life is far more valuable than COVID-19. Like I said before, I could have, you know, let the news media stop me and destroy my dreams of starting my company, or I was like, nah, I'm going to, you know, achieve the life and the future that I want to achieve in the future. And that's what I did. I I beat procrastination. Let's say that word again. I beat procrastination. You know, you only that one it only take that one amazing person to say yes to you. And that's how I feel. Uh, you know, like I said, I beat procrastination. You know, that's why during the COVID-19 lockdown, I did a lot of meditation. I went to a lot of live streams on Insight Timer because, as you know, my spiritual life is very important to me as I'm getting older, getting wiser, you know, as I'm learning every day about what it is that, you know, that I can do to improve in life, you know. And that's what I do. I mean, it just goes to show that no matter how much problems there is out there in the economy, no matter how much uh, social issues we have, you know, all you do is you just show up and find your voice and be your own brand, you know. Just be your own brand is important because your brand is you. Your story is you. And like I said, it hasn't been an easy thing for me as well with, you know, my disability and the struggles I've had to deal with. But it won't stop me from achieving the life that I will achieve in the future. Ah, there's a mosquito there. You know, it's always great to come here in wisdom and know that I have a voice on social audio to inspire people to know that I'm here to stay and I'm here to, you know, just be myself. And that's all you can be. You be yourself and don't copy someone else's brand. You are you at the end of the day. You are you. You know that. And that's how it is. I feel that spirituality is important as well. The life that I want to live is important, and the way that I want to be successful is important. I get it. It is a long journey at the same time. But when we, look at ways that in life for us, it's yeah, I guess, miracles do happen somehow. We always we're always manifesting, and yet we don't know we're manifesting. But it's only that one, cold call away from success. And that's all it is. And it's just about, planning, well, what do you want for the rest of your life as well? For me, it's just to be happy. It's just about, you know, keep on going as well. And knowing that, yeah, I do have a purpose for success in life. And that's what I will do, is have a purpose life for success. And you can too. And I know you can. We, I guess, we're all put on this earth for a reason, whether you believe in God, whoever it is you believe in. It is important to have that spiritual life and spiritual destiny to just find that you have a voice to speak up with what you believe in at the end of the day. you know, and what we do with our time is important, and I think it's sometimes in life we just gotta, let go. Just let go of the shit in our life. Let go of all the crap that's holding us back, and just manifest the life that you want to live in the future, I suppose. And that's what I can say. Every day for me, I, look forward to what I want to achieve and what I want to do and how I want to be, you know, and where I want to go. And you can too. You can too. You can know that you have a purpose to fulfill your destiny in the world. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, how are you?
I am doing well. I'm Elizabeth, and this is only my second day on this app, and I am
Mhm.
loving it so far. And I came across your live, and you said a few things that resonated with me, and I just wanted to know if I have your permission to comment on some of the things you said because they are so profound.
Yeah, go for it. What do you have to say for today's show?
Yes, I appreciate the encouragement, first of all, saying that
Hmm.
you can do it. Like, we need to hear more of that. And I appreciate
Mm,
that. I think and then you said something else that was so profound. You said, whatever you believe in, whatever your faith is. And I truly
mm,
believe that I agree with that 100%. I think the roadmap to achieving the things you're saying that we can achieve, the roadmap has to start somewhere. And I think that starts with our values,
mm,
whatever that may be, whether we believe in God or the law of attraction, or the universe, whatever that may be. If our value system is set into place, I think that alerts our conscience to, because
mm,
I do feel we were all born with a conscience. And
mm,
it's about exercising that conscience with the knowledge that we take in. The things that we watch, the people we hang out with, the things that we see, all that comes back to the value system. And
mm,
and when our value system is being compromised or we have to protect that value system, our conscience alerts us of, hey, this
mm,
doesn't feel okay. Or, hey, it tells you when something is off. Something doesn't feel right. And I think that's the moment when we need to listen to our bodies to figure out what is going on so that we can make better choices, so that we can go after our goals. But I think oftentimes we are stuck in the past because the past is where we got some of these behaviors, but we should be
mm,
using the past to help us be focused on the future.
mhm,
And so when you were saying, let go of anger and letting go of the past, I agree with that. Some of our
mhm,
past, especially childhood trauma, may always be there, but the
mhm,
best, and I cannot coin this phrase, but the best thing I ever heard, and I believe it was on Good Morning America, she said, "Make your mess your message."
mhm,
And I thought that was
mhm,
so powerful. And that's what I've been doing. And because I first realized how important my belief system and my values were, and then when you have your beliefs and values. There's a lot of love. We give to others, but we forget to love ourselves. And so once you start loving yourself, then you will reflect that love out to others, because you start to realize how special you are. You see that others are special, and you start to reflect that out there, and then you begin to grow off of that. And I think that's the way to get out of being stuck in the past. Like I said, some of it will always be there, but make your mess your message
Yeah,
instead of,
exactly.
yes, yes. So there were so many things. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to take up any more of your time, but I was listening to you, and I love talking about topics like that. So I appreciate it.
And do you believe in the law of attraction, Elizabeth?
I do. I do.
Hmm.
Um, a long time ago, I've always been a researcher. I just knew at the age of 17, even though I was raised very well, my parents did the best that they could under their
Hmm.
circumstances, but there were still some, um, there's cause and effect. There's action, and then there's results. And there were some tough things I had to deal with. And so, very early on, at the age of 12, that was the first time I remember personally praying. And then as I
Mm.
got older, I discovered, searching for my own faith, because growing up, you know, my parents, we were in their faith, and I love their faith, by the way. They raised us Christian, and and I'm still a Christian, but I had to go out and
Hmm.
explore other things. I wanted to
Hmm.
do that because that's a personal decision. And now that I was old enough to do that, I went out and I checked out many different religions, just to end up back where I was, where I was.
Hmm.
But at least I knew what was out there. And as I was out there, I did discover the law of attraction. At one point, I even had a guru. I believe in affirmations,
Hmm.
because I also suffer from anxiety. I've been diagnosed with anxiety, agoraphobia, PTSD, and depression. And more recently, I was told, because I lost also my dad a year and a half ago, I was told 2 months ago that I am showing signs of manic behavior. And I'm also a
Hmm.
mental health advocate. So I I, run my business. I have my son who's homeschool. So I count on all. I realize when I'm in the lowest of my lows, if I say out loud, "Well, I sure don't want to end up in this situation again," I just put that out into the
Mm.
universe, and the exact thing that I did not want to happen ended up happening. So we have to be mindful of when we're not being present, and that takes time. I'm saying it like it's so easy. It really takes time, and actually it doesn't, because again, we can choose, we can decide, take action now. But at the
Hmm.
same time, some things are it's worth combing through so that you don't repeat certain behaviors. But I absolutely believe in the law of attraction. Um, I've seen it work for me many, many
Hmm.
times, and it's helped me change my negative thoughts, my negative tone of speech, into positive ones. Because
Hmm.
now I catch myself when I'm putting negative energy out there.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. And yeah, look, I've made a vision board. I used to watch my vision board. I did my vision board on Canva. Um, I tried visualization, but I find that's hard. I prefer affirmations. I publish my own affirmations on my YouTube channel for musicians, content creators, or authors who need inspiration.
Oh,
And I
wow.
just thought, look, yeah,
I'm going to follow you
yeah, I can
right now.
send.
To follow right
Yeah,
now. Started following you.
give me a follow. and
Yeah, I love
send them to
affirmations.
you
Yes, I love
as well.
affirmations. I think it's also helpful. I did something the other day, um, because I was having 2 days ago, I was having the roughest day. It was one of those days where you try to be productive, even though you feel depressed, but you feel like just take
Hmm.
actions and do it one step at a time. But no matter what, you hit a wall. It's like you went down
Hmm.
this road and
Yeah.
that did not work, or someone gave you a phone number to call somewhere to get help, and that number was not the correct number. It was like everything. Yes. And so I went into my bathroom and I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, "You have got this. You can do this. This is just how you feel right now." And I kept speaking. It felt odd at first. At first, it felt a
Hmm.
little odd looking in the mirror, speaking to myself. But I did it over and over and over till it was like looking at one of those art pictures where you have to relax your eyes and then you see the image. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
I saw me loving me,
Wow.
being my own friend, my own care cheerleader, caretaker, taking care of me. And that was powerful. So I do also recommend that, because that was just, and with the affirmations, I look forward to getting those because then I could do that and do that in front of the mirror. Something about looking at yourself. I don't know. Sorry.
Mm. No, there's many different techniques, Elizabeth, and you got to find what you like. I mean, I've got an app where I record my own, and it can loop it, and I'll play it during the night when I'm sleeping on a soft volume, or I meditate with my own personal ones, for my own practice as well. And yeah, definitely you got to find what works for you, Elizabeth, at the end of the day. And as long as you're happy, that's the main thing,
Yes,
you
absolutely.
know.
It is different for everyone, and everyone's pain level as far as mental challenges or whatever daily life challenges, they're all at different levels. And sometimes those low lows last a day, and sometimes they could last up to a month. And so
Let's
you
talk
have,
about money. Now, I know before I was talking about a bit about politics, as you know that I'm interested. We live in inflation now. Do you have an abundance practice to attract more money in your life?
wow, love that question. Repeat it one more time?
Do you have an abundance practice to attract money in your life? So abundance affirmations, to be able to stop your brain saying I can't afford it or it's too expensive, because a lot of our parents are conditioned like that, and their parents. I know my grandma does that as well. And I try not to do that when the prices go up. I try to. I'm a believer in shopping around for a deal. But yeah, that's the negative thought patterns that
Sorry
do
about
that
that.
as
I got
well.
muted for a second. You know,
Hmm.
um, yeah, I think I have created what works for me when it comes to money. I
Hmm.
try not to let myself, it's one of those mindful practices, not to let myself get worried about money. Now that doesn't mean I get to go on a
Mm.
shopping spree, without the consequences of that. But I
Mm.
try to remember to only have what I need.
Hmm.
And I I don't put the energy of stressing about money because money does come in and then money goes. And
Mm.
with especially my type of job, month to month, that can fluctuate. And
Mm.
so I
Mm.
learned not to panic about it, because as long as I keep action and I am a faithful person, I do have a spiritual routine. So because of that, it works. I find that it just works out every month.
Exactly.
But that mean
Yeah,
I'm having.
and you know, exactly. And like for me, I've learned to not be attached to materialistic items because I feel that you know I spend money on what I need, and at the end of the day, I'm happy with what I have.
Exactly. Exactly. I am my. Oh, I don't want to say that. I know people. I know
Hmm.
people that you know won't leave their house with all their jewelry, or always have to have on makeup, or always have to have, they're going off of that material things. And I have to be honest, when my business started growing and I had
Hmm.
extra money, there were things that I treated myself to, but I
Hmm.
never have. I'm a single mom. I'm the oldest in my family, so therefore, I'm always concerned about everyone. And since my dad has passed away, I've taken the role of taking care of everyone, and my job is to do that. And at the same time,
Hmm.
I have my own mental challenges. But um, I lost my train of thought. I had such a profound point. Yes, it's gone. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. Um, but I think I was talking about materialism, and
Mm.
I think it's okay to, if you have it within your budget, to get it.
Hmm.
But
Mm.
if it's not in your, if you don't have that lifestyle, if you don't have that budget, then you have to live within your means. And I've just seen too many
Hmm.
people live above their means. And
Mm.
you have to be okay. Any purchase you make, you have to say to yourself, I would be okay if this caught on fire. Like if I lost this
Mm.
item, you have to know that you'll be okay.
Exactly. I was listening to 50 Cent's autobiography on Audible because I like to invest my money in my education. He had an 18 house bedroom mansion. It was costing him $70,000 a month to maintain that thing. Had all the jewelry. You know what he said? He just doesn't care about that stuff anymore. So he downgraded, I think, to an apartment and cares more about his spiritual life than any of the money he's made. Now he's made a lot of money uh, in the music industry. Now that's quite amazing for him to actually talk about that stuff.
Yes, I'm a huge fan of 50 Cent. I don't listen to him um, anymore right now, but when I lived in California in the early
Hmm.
2000s, I loved 50 Cent. I thought his beats were amazing, and I loved
Mm.
his voice. But then later on, throughout the years, kind of more recently, you did hear in the tabloids about his financial um,
Mm.
issues. Um,
Mm. Mm.
Now, I don't get involved in the tabloids anymore, but there was a time as a single mother, a glass of wine in a weekly magazine, celebrity
Mhm.
magazine, was my escape, my mommy me
Mhm.
time. But I did hear, within the last 10 years, we've known he's had financial problems. And so
Mhm.
I'm glad to hear that he he made his life more simpler, because sometimes the more you have, the more stress you have.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Floyd Mayweather, he'll go and bet on sports betting $250,000. He's very money hungry, And if he loses, he gets depressed. But when he wins, it's a big party. Now, I'm not interested in sports betting, but I don't understand how huge name celebrities with all this money can go and bet almost like a price of a house. I think that's just crazy. The stories you hear.
Yeah, a waste. Well, I don't want to be judgmental. Again, if you have it, spend
Mm,
within your means. But
mm,
I do think, I know there's a lot of people that donate, and there's a lot of many wonderful organizations to give money to. So I hope that
mm,
we're also giving as much as
mm,
we are treating ourselves with,
mm.
if we have it to give.
Exactly. You know,
And giving doesn't
it's
always have to be in finances.
mm, exactly. But like about your profession in mental health, how long have you been doing that for?
I've been a life coach for 4 years. I
Hmm.
started before I knew that there was going to be a pandemic. And
Hmm.
I've always, from this age of 17 is when I bought my first self-help book. So I've always been
Hmm.
one to be curious about the world and about choices that we make. And I've always been the nurturer, I suppose, the one interested in people, which is insane because I have agoraphobia. And for anyone that doesn't know what agoraphobia is, it's that it's hard to be in big groups. It's hard for
Mm,
me to go grocery shopping. You have these thoughts sometimes that you're about to die. And when you don't die
mhm,
at that exact time, you literally I will go 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to die. No, I didn't die that time.
mhm,
1, 2, 3. Now it's horrible. But at the same
mhm,
time, as you can hear, I love talking about these topics. It's a passion that just comes out, and then all the agoraphobia, it's like it goes away. The anxiety goes away. But when I initially meet a client, I am always
mhm,
shaking. My lip is
mhm,
always trembling, and it's so embarrassing. And I am there. I don't apologize for it. I see that they know that I'm shaking. Sometimes I've had them look at each other, and like if it's a couple, look at each other in concern. But I just continue because I know it will go away in 5 or 10 minutes, because
mhm,
I've learned how to take care of myself that way. But I've always been, to answer your question, I've always been fascinated with people. And I guess I'm just one of those people, I can go somewhere by myself and end up meeting and having a conversation. And that's why I'm so grateful for this app, and for people like you that are talking and sharing and wanting to have, these meaningful conversations. Those are gifts, and
mm,
we need more of that. And so that's what I do. That's why I do what I do. I got my bachelor's in television and film. And then when I realized,
wow.
$100,000 later, because film school is expensive, when I
Mhm,
realized that I went through all of that just to write stories and tell stories, but they were about me. And I was always
mm,
behind the scenes. I wasn't an actress or anything. I was behind the scenes. And so
mhm,
now I decided I'm not going to be behind the scenes anymore. I'm experiencing
mhm,
something. I have anxiety. I never used to. I raised my son all by myself, all through the terrible twos, terrible threes, and all of that. And now I get anxiety. I got anxiety in 2013. So I had to
mm,
make my message, and I had to get involved. I just had to. And I know there's bigger organizations out there. My company is not that big. And I know they have the funds to do more than what I can do. But what I have is my ability to be courageous, even though I shake during client meetings.
Hmm.
But I still do it because a lot of people assume that because you're talkative, that makes you a confident person. And that's not
Hmm.
always true.
Mm.
And sometimes you just have to keep pushing yourself, because you have it within you. So I just continue to face my fears.
Yeah, that's what we got to do is face our fears every day. Yeah, I've had a lot of fear myself and a lot of doubts, but I just keep on pushing myself and finding what is working in my life at the moment is what I do.
And do you write those things down? How does that look when you want to focus on what you're doing in your life? Like, what's your,
Journaling is
yes,
one practice that I do is journaling
yes.
is definitely
That,
worth it.
yes, that used to be hard for me. I could only journal at a time when I was like really, really like I was crying. Then that's when I could journal.
Mm,
Any other time, like if I just felt down or felt depressed, it was hard to put it on paper. It
mm,
was hard for me
mm,
to put it on paper. That would give me a panic attack. So that's why I'm also thankful for this because I think that for me, it's easier for me to voice it.
mm.
And
Yeah,
that's what I,
social audio is good as well. Be able to
yes.
connect with other people on the other side of the world.
Where are you? Where are you living?
Sydney, Australia. What about you?
Wow. That's amazing. I'm in Houston, Texas. I'm originally
Nice.
Houston, Texas, but I lived in other states and I have come back to Houston, Texas because at the time my son was young and I wanted him to, you know, build a relationship with the rest of his family and his grandparents.
Hmm.
But
That's
that's amazing
awesome.
that I could be speaking to someone in Sydney, Australia. I've always wanted to go, but I have to tell you, I am not a critter
Hmm.
person.
Mm,
I am
mm.
not about the creepy crawlies.
You know, like going back to mental health, yeah, I sent you my YouTube channel with those affirmations. Always open to any feedback that you have.
Oh, I love it. I'll have to check my inbox. I have to figure out again, day two of using this app. So I will definitely look for it. Something was popping up on my phone earlier, so I think that may have been you.
Yeah, it's in your chat on Wisdom.
Okay. I'll definitely check it out. And thank you for allowing me to share. And thank you for sharing.
No,
Thank you for,
you're welcome, and it's always great to inspire people to be creative as well.
yeah, it's again, I use this word a lot. It's a gift. It's a gift
Mm,
to receive. You're giving us all a gift. So thank you.
thank you. And Elizabeth, before the timer runs out, you're on social media where people can find you.
Yes, I am. I am on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. It's at
Hmm.
KIG Life Coach.
Hmm.
The name of my company is actually Kindness is Golden Life Coach, but
Hmm.
that's a long name. So it's KIG Life Coach.
Send me your
Thank you.
Instagram and they'll give you a follow as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm about, like I said, I'm coming out of a manic phase, which was the first
Hmm.
time I started having any kind of manic episodes. But again, a lot has happened in the year and a half. Like I said, I lost my father. So I know that has a lot to do with it. But I am about to next week come out with some new content. So I'll definitely send you my information, my Instagram.
Awesome. That would be good as well. Yeah, I really want to say thank you for being on the Stephen Shields radio show as well. And feel free to be back on again.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It was nice speaking with you from Sydney,
You too.
Australia.
That's it.
All righty. Have a
Okay.
good.
Okay. Bye, Elizabeth.
Bye.
All right. So that was amazing. Really was amazing to be able to, just talk, all the way on the other side of the world. But I'm about to finish the show right now. Guys, I want to say thank you for stopping by on Wisdom. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Stephen Shields radio show and turn on your notifications wherever you get a new podcast. New podcasts are available every Friday at 6 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. Wish everyone all the best and bye for now.